shame to go to all that trouble of cleaning up the inside, doing all the sealing, all that side of things, and not just go that little bit further and coat the outside of this. Now, I could go ahead and just paint it with any old paint, I suppose, but what I am going to do is use another one of the KBS type products, which is actually called RustSeal. This here is it's a urethane finish. It's a moisture cure again, much like some of the other products that we've seen come out of America, except this one here is a locally produced one. It's super durable. Now, I do have a bit of a sample piece. It's what they call hammer tough, and it's also very flexible, being a polyurethane. It's just a bit of metal that's been dipped into the tin and opened up, and as you can see, that folded up backwards and forwards. I'll just walk around a little bit closer to the camera so you can get a good look at that. There is absolutely zero cracks. It's just not there. Now, I could probably keep bending that until it does break before it'll break away, but as long as you follow the process, this will work super good. Now, I'll just grab a hammer. Now, just to show you what I mean by hammer tough, that's really with you sitting it over the dolly there, trying not to hit my fingers. It's not doing a thing. You can see there, it's actually denting the metal, so you get little bits in there. I'm happy with that, and I'm not only going to use this on the fuel tank itself, but one of the other vehicles I'm doing, I'm actually going to use it for painting the chassis or the underside of the floor. And in the past, it's had a bit of a reputation for going a bit grey and milky, this type of product, over time. But this formulation done in Australia is actually a lot more UV stable than a lot of the others that have been around. That's another reason I'm going to give it a go. Now, with this process, it's very similar to what we did with the inside of the fuel tank, but what we're going to do is we're going to use the Aqua Clean, but rather than 1-to-1 like we did for cleaning the inside, which, you know, we couldn't see, so we had to make sure that we were 110% cleaning it, we're going to go about 5-to-1 on that. It is a high strength cleaner, and again with the RustBlast, rather than putting it in, turning it around and all that, we're going to actually just use a sprayer. Comes complete with the kit. Just put your sprayer in there, and we'll use that way. Just prime it up, boom. It's coming through now, but we do want to actually do the cleaning first, and then we're going to go through with this RustSeal. The one I said is a hammer tough finish. Don't need a whole lot in there because we've only got to do the outside of the tank, and it is pretty clean from where we've done the rest of it. Diluted about 5-to-1 with water. This is a biodegradable type cleaner, so what you're going on the floor is only going to help clean it. We've actually given this a good clean, but just to go over it again, just brush it up a bit. Okay, we're going to leave that sit just to penetrate into anything that might be on there. Now, we've cleaned that with degreaser and everything before, but we'll still let that penetrate through there, and might actually just hit it with a pressure cleaner just to give it a thorough clean. Then we'll dry it off and hit it with the RustBlast. Right, we've been through the process there. We've let it sit to soak right in. We've hosed it off, and then we've also dried it. We've left it sitting out in the sun for an hour or so now. Had lunch, and we hit the RustBlast. Now, if you remember back to when we did the inside of the tank, eye protection, hand protection, that sort of thing, ventilation, got the door open here behind me. Remember how we have to make sure we keep this on here for 20 minutes. This is a pretty good surface. You could probably get away with a little bit less, maybe 10. This is going to give that zinc phosphate etch that we need for the key for the other coating itself to stick to. But the important part, like I said earlier, keep it wet. This has got to stay wet for however long you need it on there. There's a bit of rusting in there, so we might even leave this on for half an hour. We'll just come back a couple of times and give it another coat just to make sure we do keep it wet. This is the etching stage, so very critical that you do adhere to the instructions and follow it through.